Well, a wonderful suspense novel puts the reader in the middle of a nightmare. Becky Anderson selected some of the best, and she tells us which thrillers top her list this summer.
It's Authors Reveal, and I'm Becky Anderson. It's another top 5 list. One of my absolute favorites. It's suspense, thrillers, intrigue. It's those books when you sit down, you start the first page, and you're hooked. And you sit there and read till you turn the last page. The first book on my list is one of my absolute favorites. It's out in paperback right now. It's called A Reliable Wife by Robert Gulrich. A man named Ralph Truitt. He's the richest man in town. He owns the town, but what he needs is a wife. So he puts an advertisement in the Chicago newspaper for a reliable wife. He gets an answer back from a woman named Catherine, who says she's simple and honest, but she's anything but that. Her goal is to kill Ralph Truitt slowly and carefully. But there's so many twists in this book. There's so much passion and so much storytelling, beautifully written. You will absolutely love A Reliable Wife. The second book on the list is from one of the most fabulous writers out there today writing. He's a National Book Award finalist. It's Dan Shands with Await Your Reply. It's out in paperback right now. It's about 3 complete strangers who converge all at once. It's a stranger who is searching for 10 years for his long-lost brothers. A girl named Lucy. She's just graduated from high school and she's run off with one of her teachers. And then you have Ryan, who had shocking news about something I can't tell you, but it changes his whole life. He is out to remake himself. These 3 people converge at the same time. Their lives are totally and radically changed through this thriller. It is beautifully written, it is engrossing, and you will be grabbed from page 1. So don't forget to pick up Await Your Reply. Number 3 on the top 5 suspense, intrigue, or thriller books is an international bestseller called The Genesis Secret by Tom Knox. It takes place in the Middle East. It's the middle of the desert in Kurdistan. An archaeological team is doing a dig and they come across what they believe to be the Garden of Eden. A war reporter, his name is Tom Luttrell, is sent in to cover the story, but things start going wrong. There's sabotage to the site, all these things. There's murders, there's all these things going wrong, him trying to cover the story. An amazing read. You will not be able to put it down from page 1 to the very last page. The 4th book, and definitely not 4th by any means on this list, is one of the best known thriller writers that we know, and his name is Nelson DeMille, of course. This book is The Lion, and in this book he brings back Tom Carey. After 10 years, his arch enemy is still out there. The Lion, one of the most incredible evil terrorists out there today. Tom is after him. He travels all over the world chasing him, but he ends up in America. And the Lion is causing havoc and incredible, horrible acts of terrorism here in the United States. This book is all about the victims, the terrorists, and what happens to our world when terrorism goes unchecked. The last on the list, but definitely not the least, is Anna Quindlen's Every Last One. This is a book about a mother who is always prided on herself on being in touch with her kids. She has a son who's suffering from depression and 2 other teenagers in addition, but she concentrates on what's happening with his son until horrific tragedy happens to her family. Beautifully written, but also written from the perspective of this woman who believes she has done everything right and realizes that consequences change in one's life. Only Anna Quindlen could write a book like this. Thanks for joining me on Authors Reveal. I hope you've been thrilled by those thrillers. Grab a great read and enjoy. Back to you, Dolly.